Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Bob here. Just a short video today to show you some fishing. This is the city of Kingsport. Actually no, it's the town of Kingsport. Obviously it hasn't got a cathedral. The Queen's thought, no, sorry, you're a town. But anyway, yeah, back on topic. I'll show you some fishing. I just want to cover, I'm getting quite a lot of comments on the Shroud Avatar videos, talking about stuff that I've been talking about. Just to cover a couple of points, I can't really disagree with anyone that says that's got anything negative to say about things like RMT and the way that Portalera are currently kind of trying to fund the game. You know, I can't disagree with any of those comments. I know a couple of you have said that you've stopped playing the game because of it, and again, you know, that's a you know, a position that I can respect. I understand it perfectly. For me, it's given me a what should we say? It's kind of filling my requirements at the moment. You know, as an MMO essentially. I'm really enjoying it. You know, I'm enjoying when I'm going out doing combat stuff. I'm enjoying doing other bits and pieces. I've got some ideas for kind of video series that I quite like to do with this at some point. That might be quite fun. So we'll look at doing that. I'll also show you sort of what I've been doing from a combat point of view in the next video probably. But it's going to be a more tame, relaxed video. Yeah, but as I said, I can't disagree with any of the points that people are making. But for me at the moment, you know, it's filling a requirement, and I can kind of see it's filling a requirement long term, I think. And I'll go into that for the next question, the next kind of point that someone raised. But yeah, as I said, I can fully understand why people are not have reasons for not playing it, and that's fair enough. I mean, personally, I've moaned about RMT in the past in this game and other games, but it's like I said I only did one video, but it's like I said in a video where I tried EverQuest on one of the progression servers, and I hated it, so I stopped playing. But it was possible for me, for example, to buy a few of the currency for real money, whatever it was on the EverQuest website, and buy a fungi tunic in game with the currency. So that's really, for me, the same as RMT. And I think at the time of the video it's something that I would consider doing. So you know, I can't ever say that I wouldn't RMT. It's there as a it serves a purpose, I guess, for people in certain situations. Some people come into the game and they might buy lots of gold from someone, which is fair enough. You know, that's fine. It gives you that edge at the start. You know, I kind of don't. I was always one of those ones who didn't really see. I think I'm on the side of I don't really see a problem with coming in and maybe buying a house from someone for real money or whatever it may be. But what I would like to see is that those things that they make obtainable with real money a bit more realistically obtainable just playing in game. And I think that's where it's funny because there's quite a lot of misinformation goes on, I think, bordering on just telling lies essentially. When I was watching a streamer the other day who is hasn't been in the game that long, like 6 months maybe a bit less, maybe a bit longer than that, but he's a streamer who's set up for streaming, and he came into the game, and you know, a lot of streamers' goals are to come into a game and stream it so they get stuff, and that's fine. You know, it's like a mutual exchange of goods or whatever. You know, I've always been a big believer that on YouTube and Twitch there's a strong sense of entitlement, where I've had it before on YouTube, where people think you should be making videos for them even though it's not costing them anything, it's just free content you're creating, and they get annoyed when you're not doing what they want to do, that kind of thing, you know. So I don't have a problem with that, but this guy was clearly set up to come into a game so that people help him because he's streaming, you know. So he joined a big guild, got power leveled, got loads of stuff, and as I said, that's fine. I'm not hitting on that. We would all do it, I'm sure, if we could. But they were talking to a new player in game, and he was talking about his £1.5 million house, £1.5 million gold house that he bought, and going on about, you know, I did it with my own gold, anyone can do it, blah blah blah, when actually no, you didn't do it with your own gold. What happened was you started streaming, you got friendly with people watching, you got in a big guild, they power leveled you, and you got loads of stuff. So that your experience is going to be completely different to that new player's experience, and I find that quite disingenuous, to the point of telling lies almost to push the game. You know, that new player who's never played the game before is going to have a completely different experience to that Twitch streamer, and so I thought that was just giving misinformation. So, you know, I guess that leads us to the next point where someone said that they'd seen loads. What's the game like? I've seen loads of bad reviews. Well, I love a lot of the game. You know, I enjoy the combat. The combat is more quick and frantic than other MMOs. So if you're used to a more strategic EverQuest like P99 type experience, this is very different to that. There is a lot of strategy involved in your deck building, and when you're in combat, you know, like any MMO, using the right skills at the right time is a thing. Is always going to be a thing. But the combat is much quicker. Mobs die much quicker, and it's a lot more fast paced. So, you know, that's quite enjoyable. Building your decks is a bit like Magic the Gathering, so that's quite enjoyable, or very, very enjoyable. I do like that side of it. It's immersive, I'm finding. There's a lot of PvE content for me to be getting on with. You know, even though I've been, you know, I bought the game a couple of years ago now, and I've been playing it on and off. There's still a lot of PvP experiences I haven't had yet, places to go, monsters to fight. There's a deep housing and crafting system, so it's kind of got everything really, you know. And I think from it's weird just from looking at the comments I get, it seems as though the way Portalarium have gone about the development of the game has put people off. It's a weird thing. Yeah. I understand that they need to fund the game, and they've got a store, which is fine, and they want to drive players towards that. But yeah, it's strange how many people have. I'm not sure where. I'm in Kingsport, aren't I? Yeah, it's strange how many people have brought that up. But anyway, enough of that. I'm really enjoying the game, and it's a good MMO with a lot of interesting systems that I'm only kind of just really discovering myself. And if you're into long term, you've got the housing and the trade and the crafting system, which will keep you going for years, basically. But let's get back to fishing. So the way fishing works is I didn't know how to fish at first, but I've worked it out now. You get bait that you need to use. So I've currently got minnows and red worms. So you need to buy a fishing rod and equip the fishing rod, which is easy to do. But then what I was doing was I was going to my fishing crafting section, and I was trying to drag the cursor, and I couldn't drag the cursor. And I was thinking, hang on, what's going on? I can't fish. There's my fishing pole that I've equipped. Basically, what you need to do is, from your inventory, drag your bait to your hotbar. You need to have the fishing rod equipped, but if you drag the bait, then you can fish. So then what you do, all you do is you click on fish. When your fishing skill goes up, which is this one, it increases the range that you can cast at, and I've got bait recovery. They're the only two fishing skills at the moment that are available. Yeah, and that's it really, and then you just fish. They don't seem to be they've just implemented the fishing system, so I imagine that things are going to change quite a lot, and you'll see hotspots and places where some fish are more likely to be caught than others. Obviously, you've got freshwater, seawater. You can have lava. You can fish in lava and that kind of thing, which seems pretty cool. But at the moment, if you're after a fish that comes from saltwater, anywhere seems to work. Basically, I'm sure I saw somewhere that bloodworms work better to catching sharks, for example. But they seem really excited about it, and that's one thing I would say, going back to the thing of the issues that people have, or that we have, with the way that Portalarium have funded and developed the game, is that, to be fair to them, they're really passionate about the game. You know, when you go and watch their live streams, they're really passionate about what they're doing, and they're really excited about fishing. And I think fishing is going to become a really deep, complex system as time goes by. And I've really enjoyed it, actually. Yeah, so that's how you start fishing. The way that so if you want to catch a saltwater fish, apparently at the moment you can go anywhere. But what you've got these little bubbles. spread around. They always seem to be in the same places. I don't think they move. This is one that I found. You can fish anywhere, but I think what happens is, if I click on that, I think I've got a higher fishing chance, so 53%. What I've noticed is if I go over here and fish, it will be like 30 to 40% essentially. My fishing skill doesn't seem to be improving that, although it says it's supposed to. So I'm not sure if that's something that's just not working, but yeah, then you wait. You can catch a fish at any moment. Oh, there we go, I caught a mackerel. Was that a minnow? Let's use a red worm. So every time you fish in the same spot, the chance goes down, so I lost 10% there, basically. I'm not sure if this means I've got a better chance. What they've got trophy fish at the moment, where you catch a big fish, you can sell it to people, they can mount it and put it on their wall. So you've got some really rare ones that are worth quite a lot, so yeah. I've got a trout. There we go. I'm not sure how far down this will go. Okay, so I lost another 5% there. I'll keep going. It's quite relaxing. I think what I like about the game is that there's so many changes of pace. So the combat is fast paced, you know, and what I've done this morning, I've gone out and earned myself some XP. Now this afternoon I feel like doing something a bit more relaxing, so I'll just sit here and do a bit of fishing. I got a salmon. Okay, let's try a minnow. What we got now? 33%. Okay, so it's slowly going down. Yeah, but you can get trophy fish, and some of them are worth a lot. You can get a shark, you know, as I said, and someone can create a mount out of it, and you can put it on your wall and that kind of thing. So, yeah, it's another one of the. But as I was going back to what I was just saying, the game's got a lot of changes of pace, which I really like. There are a lot of things to do, basically. I'm surprised there's not someone here, actually. Maybe I'm doing something wrong by being here. I'm not sure. Didn't catch anything then. Let's try a red worm. You seem to get runs of weird RNG that suggests that maybe the system's not working completely perfectly. Like you kept saying, you got a 40 to 50% chance, and 4 casts you to catch nothing. 4 or 5 casts and not catching anything. Someone says when that happens, maybe to log out. And that might help the RNG. You caught nothing. Oh, so we're back up to 47 again. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. All I know is it's got that thing where it's quite relaxing, but you've also got that anticipation of catching a rare fish, you know. But apparently the rare fish are quite rare. Some of them are very rare, so there's not many around. Nope, what's my fishing? 80. Okay. So now the chance is going up now. That's weird. I wonder why that is. I've got no idea. If anyone's got any tips on the fishing side of things, then let me know. Or PM me if you don't want those tips to be in a video. I've finally given in to the friend request for travelling thing. That's very much a, you know, if you want to be, just friend me if you want to be my friend. You know, not to teleport around, but I've given in. Nothing there, no. Let's go back, try a red worm. Well, so the minnows seem to be giving me a higher chance, it looks like. Oh, the minnow does have a bonus. Okay, no problem. Anyway, guys, I think I'll end the video here. It's just meant to be a short one. This has been fishing. I think my next video is going to be... I've got to a point where I've been mucking around with my build, and I'm kind of like a death mage at the moment, and I've chucked all of my resources at increasing my intelligence and increasing my death attunement. So that is working out pretty well at the moment. That's gone down to 32. Maybe it needs to be in a certain spot. I'm not sure. But I've got to a point now where I can solo sieges, and I can generally kill the Kabbalists at the end. Well, actually, I've got 100% success rate so far. You might die a few times. If you get 2, it's annoying. Trying to split them up, but that I might do that next, just so I can show you what sieges are if you're not aware. Another feature of the game. Anyway, this has been some... Let's see if I can get another spot. 18. Ugh, okay. You can see the fish swimming around in the water. Look, there's a shark there, I'm sure. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.